Hi everyone, this is David from ABMTAX. Today, part of our series for the self-employed income, we are making this video about the beautiful topic of can I claim my home in my taxes? And we will try our best to answer that question. So again, to my favorite word term is crystallizing an expense. Everybody pays for their home or they're renting a home. But if you're self-employed and you actually use the work, use some of this, you work from home, you're able to claim that. Now, the best way to figure that out is always to say, do you have a dedicated workspace? And that's, if you do have one, then yes, you can claim that home or that apartment that you're renting. Now, usually the way you establish that, for example, you look at the total square footage of your home and you look at that dedicated workspace. Now, here's the thing. Nobody knows what the meaning of a dedicated workspace. It could be a corner of your home that you have a desk and you use that for work. But, obviously, maybe your son or your daughter coming there to use the computer sometimes. So, but again, since it's kind of dedicated for that activity, we can argue and say that's your dedicated workspace. Now, the way you establish a percentage of usage is very simple. Again, similar to what we talked about in the vehicle expense video, is you look at that space, square footage, and you take a percentage of the total house. Now, for example, if you have an office that's 10 by 10, that's 100 square feet. Let's assume your home is 1,000 square feet. That means your dedicated workspace is actually 10% of your overall home size. So we look back at your expenses and we will start claiming 10% of every home of your home expenses against your income. So what are the typical home expenses that you can claim? Now, if you're renting, rent, utilities, and anything that you did to improve that a condo or an apartment or wherever you're renting. If you own, that's very important to understand that you need to look at your mortgage payment, but you only can take the interest because the principal is not necessarily an expense. You're paying down your debt. So if you have a home and you, for example, have a $2,000 mortgage payment, usually the bank at the end of the year will give you a calculation of how much interest you paid, and then how much principal you paid. So you take that interest and you multiply it by the percentage of usage. Now going back, if you have a home and you pay $2,000 a month on a mortgage, that means you paid $24,000 a year. Now out of that 24, the bank sends you a statement saying you paid $10,000 in interest and $14,000 in principal. So you take that $10,000, you multiply it by that percentage of usage of 10%, you arrive at $1,000. Now, that's the first expense the second expense you can claim. Now your home insurance or your rental insurance, again going back, utilities, and then other related expenses would be like, if you had to repair something in the home, you take a percentage of it. Now, but you have to be cognizant. CRA is always been that this expense, you really need to have a clear description of that workspace and what it looks like and how big it is as compared to your home. And it's very important in a moment of an audit. But it's always the CRA's stringent process should not be a deterrent for you not to claim your home expense. But it's actually rather just making sure you kind of have a general understanding of the guideline. I hope this video helped you understand how to at least figure out how you can claim your home expense, and hopefully to see you in future videos.